Hi and welcome to the channel. My name is Philip. I've had several people remind me that I promised a video about my disc, which appeared in several videos and viewers had questions. So here it is. This is not sponsored in any way, and as far as I know, this company does not have any referral programs. So if you want one, you will need to pay the website price. If you're in the market for a standing disc, keep watching. I will show you everything you need to know to help you with your decision. This is a 4-leg version of the Uplift disc. More specifically, it is designated as V2, which I am thinking means version 2. When I started looking for a standing desk, I found a lot of manufacturers at various price levels, mostly selling their different looking versions of the C and T style leg discs. There are dozens of manufacturers, and after you weed through the no name and no warranty options, you are left with the only few quality products to choose from. Originally, I was planning on a large desktop size, which would accommodate a lot of equipment on top of it. And my options boiled down to Jarvis by Fully and Veridisc. They are both well reviewed and considered stable. Then I stumbled upon Uplift and their 4-leg disc in particular, which changed my search process in its entirety. Now I was on the hunt for the most optimal 4-leg disc. If you search the Uplift website, you will see a large variety of different versions and at different price level. Since I always cross-shop for the best deals, I looked everywhere and came to the conclusion that Uplift's 4-leg disc can be rivaled only by much more expensive brands. Check out the description and the links if you're interested. If I was getting a 2-leg disc, I would still probably choose the lower priced manufacturers. But the 4-leg disc simply does not have competition in that price range and that quality. Uplift also offers discs in various corner shapes, but I don't have any experience with them. So let's concentrate on the rectangular discs and the decision process why I chose the 4 and not a 2-leg disc. The C and T shape standing discs have 2 motors, one on each side of the disc. The 4-leg version is just like a regular desk or a table in your kitchen. It is situated on 4 legs with a motor in each. These motors are synced together and work as one team. Compared to the 2-leg, 2-motor setup, this probably reduces the stress of the weight on them by half and therefore extends the operational life. Now to the stability. The stability depends on the center of gravity. On a disc without accessories, the center of gravity is generally located between the legs, even though it can shift a little towards the center based on the leg design. In contrast, if you draw crisscrossing lines connecting the legs of the 4-leg disc, you can see that the center of gravity is actually in the middle. Of course, once you start adding equipment and under the desk braces, you start shifting the mass. But the starting point of the bare bones 4-leg disc out of the box is inherently more stable than having less legs. Uplift even sells a hammock that you can mount under the desk so you can take naps. Lifting load capacity of this desk is 535 pounds, so it can handle its own weight, your equipment, and even a person sleeping underneath or on top if it's your choice. This desk is made out of Rubberwood. It is 80 inches wide, 30 inches deep, and 13/16 of an inch thick. This is the largest size option you can get, and it fits perfectly into my space. For the 4-leg disc, Uplift offers tops in 3 lengths: 60, 72, and 80 inches. The depth on all 4-leg discs is 30 inches. There is a ton of optional material types which, depending on your choice, can easily double the cost of the whole disc, but the choice is there for you. By the way, if you want to make your own desktop, you can save overall by purchasing just motorized frame. I considered making one out of 2x4s for a reclaimed wood look, but then decided to go with this thinner, lighter, and sleeker Rubberwood, since it was offered just at $20 premium back then. It has a few imperfections, which actually create the distressed look I was going for. The desktop has two grommet holes, and it comes with either grommet hole covers included in the price, or you can get various storage options, and those come in 3 different colors to match your office and the desktop color. I picked the simple covers and ended up not even using them. I'm using one hole for the monitor arm and its wiring, and the other houses all of the PC and peripheral wires. With every desk purchase, you get 2 free accessories. I opted for the soft standing mat and the bamboo tray set. To be honest, I've never used the mat, and the trays, I only used a couple and tossed the rest. Besides the freebies, there's a plethora of other accessories to make your desk ownership fit your specific style and needs. All of that, of course, comes at an extra price. I do not have any of those bells and whistles except for the advanced comfort keypad, which gives me the additional flexibility of going between constant touch and single touch operation. This is referring to the method how the keypad operates. In a constant touch mode, even if you have the presets set, you have to hold the key down until the desk reaches the setting. If you let go, the desk stops. Single touch allows you to quick press the settings and the desk automatically sets itself to it. All 2-leg discs from Uplift come with single touch as default. The 4-leg discs come with constant touch as a default. Switching between the settings is a quick and painless procedure where you lower the desk to its lowest setting and execute a few key presses. The keypad also allows you to set the minimum and maximum height settings based on your needs, change the display units between inches and centimeters, and setting the desired anti-collision sensitivity, which would stop the desk mid-move if it hits something. The options are 22, 33, and 44 pounds. I have mine set for 22, so the smallest obstacle will halt the movement. The keypad allows to store for 4 different height profiles and easily set them as needed. The readout is in the tenths of an inch, so you can tune your position the way you like it. The lowest possible height you can set it at is 25.3, but during the system reset, the desk drops to around 24 inches. The tallest possible setting is 50.9. Uplift states that the desk is ideal for users of 5'4" to 6'7". As you can imagine, the more you raise the desk, it does become more unstable. But the movement is more subtle than you would experience with a C or a T frame disc. With 4 legs, you do get the extra stability, but the movement is still there. You might not feel it, but you can see the movement of the monitor, especially if it's mounted on an arm like mine. If you own one of these arms, you know that no matter what you put this on, it will always have some play. More on that a little later. The stability definitely decreases with added height. Of course, if you keep on bumping the disc, you will shake the whole thing, but if you're using it as a normal disc, it is very stable and you barely notice movement. Usually it happens if I lean over the desk, pushing it towards the wall with my gut. Here you can see me pushing the desk with the same amount of force at various heights. As expected, the wobble increases, but not significantly enough to be an issue. By the way, Uplift also sells commercial versions of these discs. They feature a horizontal bar on the back of the frame. If you're really worried about any possible wobble, that might help. But I did not like the way it looked and went without it. I am perfectly happy as is. Assembly process is straightforward and can be done in a smaller space as long as it fits the desktop and you can rotate the fully assembled desk in that space. When the boxes arrive, it can feel very intimidating, Everything is packaged really well, and there will be a small mountain of packing materials, especially if you're getting a large version like this. I would recommend removing all of the items out of the boxes outdoors or in a large area. Then you can carry all the individual parts into the final assembly place. I put it all together in this room. You will have 4 individual legs, the desktop, cross braces, and a bunch of other hardware. Everything is clearly marked and the instructions are easy to follow. I did it all by myself in under an hour. Basically, you will place the desktop on the floor and then bolt the legs and the connecting pieces to it. You connect the wires from each of the legs into one central brain unit and secure them with the provided clips. Then you flip the desk up and start wiring your computer setup underneath. The only time you might need assistance is to do the flip to its standing position. Wiring was the longest step of the installation on this desk. At least in my case it was. Depends on how many wires you are running and how well you want them concealed. I went for a more hidden approach. If you decide to go this route, here is a word of advice to make your life simpler in the long run. Make sure that all of your gear is positioned exactly where you want it before securing wires in place. Also, make sure to leave slack on wires that might need to be moved in the future. I ran the wires of my whole PC setup as much as possible under the desktop using zip ties. This way they are completely secured and out of my way. Even the monitor power supply got stuck on there with extreme duty double-sided tape. Uplift provides a wire management tray, but in my case it was creating more bulk, so after trying it, I took it out. Uplift also sells several wire management items. Take a look if any of those can be useful for you. If the back of my desk was exposed, it would make more sense to get something. But in my case, it doesn't matter. I actually like the exposed back, which has enough space for mounting RGB. If you will be using a monitor arm, if you already don't have one, you might want to consider the one that Uplift specifically sells for their desks. The Vivo arm that I have took a bit of trickery to get situated. The issue is that those grommet holes are positioned directly in between the rails running under the desktop. So your clamp for the arm cannot be wider than the space provided. Because of those space limitations, I had to position my base at this angle. I'd love to turn it sideways, but I can't. That's the only way I can turn it and have it secured underneath. With the under-desk wiring done, you will probably have a whole mess of wires coming out of it. To solve this issue, I made a cable carrier, which keeps all of the wires in one sleeve and moves along with the desk. To make it, I measured the needed length of the wires at the tallest height setting and then at the lowest. Then I wrapped all of the wires, each at its maximum needed length, in a cable cover. I really wanted to use a sleeve with one long zipper, but since I have several wires that need to break away from the pack halfway, I decided on my current wire cover. Now, when the desk is moving, you see one main hose instead of 15 separate cords all over the place. Since the wires are all in one protected place, nothing can get stuck during the movement. Mostly it's a safety thing, but the clean look is a bonus. As I mentioned movement, if you have never used standing desk, you want to make sure that the desk is clear of obstructions on all sides prior to raising or lowering it, especially if it's next to other furniture. Also keep in mind the lowest position, which is required for the system reset. For example, if you want to change any of the settings on the keypad, you need to make sure that the desk can lower to 23 or 24 inches, which is its reset height. When I decided to switch from the default constant touch to the single touch operation, I had to remove the surge protector mounted on the wall behind the desk. Otherwise, it was getting in the way because I had it mounted at the height of my normal lowest desk position. So keep all of these things in mind when setting up your office. I understand that the price of this desk might sound high, but if you're making an office where you will be spending a lot of your time, a quality desk should be towards the top of your priority list. First, of course, is your computer equipment, and then it's the desk and the chair. The rest of the accessories could wait on the back burner. As you know, I really advise saving by purchasing alternative brands to the regular market leaders, just like I did with the glass chair mat. Check out the link in the description below, but unfortunately, after an extensive search, I could not find any other standing desk manufacturer which would meet the same quality performance standards and be competitively priced. There are simply no alternatives anywhere close. It also comes with a 10-year warranty, which is new. When this desk was purchased in the spring of 2020, the basic warranty was 6 years. Now it is 10. This is great news. And all this time you have the peace of mind that if something goes out, it will get fixed. And if you want, you could double that warranty to 20 years for a little extra. As of November 2020, the cost of the additional extended 10-year coverage is $179, which brings your worry-free desk life total to 20 years. Is it worth it to you? It can be if you are planning to keep the desk for a long time. You are investing in a piece of furniture that will last you a couple of decades or more, while increasing your work productivity flow and comfort level. For payment, Uplift takes both regular credit cards and PayPal, including PayPal Credit, which carries a 0% promotional interest for 6 months, or financing is offered through a firm with finance rates between 0% for 6 months and over 10% for a year and a half. If you are good with money management, and as long as you plan to repay the purchase within 6 months, it's a great plan that helps you get the premium desk without handing in a pile of cash right away. Only please be responsible and make sure to pay it off on time, or you will be stuck paying insane rates backdated to the date of purchase. I hope you enjoyed this review and you can see how this kind of setup can benefit you. So the gist of this video is that if you want a 2-leg version of a disc, there are other options out there like Jarvis or Disc. But if you want to have a 4-leg disc, really Uplift cannot be beat unless you want to pay a lot higher price. This is really a dream setup. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, or hit the bell icon to be notified when the videos get posted. Let me know if anything else in my setup caught your eye and you want to hear more about it. Let me know in the comments below. And we're done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.